Alright, today this video is going to show you guys how to default on CASTELLO. I know you guys are wanting different maps right now, but I am going to go through all the maps, so just please be patient and we'll get through all of them, I promise. So just like always, we're going to have timestamps for each individual part, but just so you know, the order of what we're doing is we're going to be going over the standard utility, how this utility is going to work, and then we're going to go through setting up each individual default, so that way you have yourself another play in your playbook for your next ranked game. So the first thing we're going to go over is the map layout, and now as you can see, right from the start, you can tell that the breach is going to have early mid control. So this is what we're going to need to take advantage of in order to default on this map. And I will say this though, while the breach does have access to mid right away, A-Con, B-Con, and balcony are all contested by the coalition. So hopefully these standard utilities that I'm about to show you are going to be able to help you default in these situations. So let's go. First up, we have the A connector smoke flash combo. Now, if you remember back to how to default on Bureau, you'll know that Be Along is a timed smoke flash combo because you need to get it off right away before the coalition has time to set up Be Along. Oh God. As you're running up these stairs out of spawn, you're going to look up to these bricks right here, and you're going to run out through this gate, and you're going to keep your crosshair right on these bricks. Then once you see A-Con entrance, you're going to run towards it, and you're going to throw the flash. Now you can dodge it via going right or left behind this well here. Does not matter, but once the flash goes off, you're going to run up to this well, aim at the top of this arch, and you're going to throw this smoke. Now, the reason you want to flash first, then smoke, is so that way the coalition pushing out here don't have an opportunity to peek before the smoke gets deployed. Because once the smoke is deployed and they try to peek through the smoke, they're going to end up peeking into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 different angles. Now, I know there's only 5 players of the breach and there's 6 angles, but you know this is a very dangerous smoke to peek without using utility, which is the point of defaulting if you haven't watched my how to default video before watching this. But anyways, on to the next one, which is in the same area. We're going to be looking at the B connector default. Same premise as the A connector default, except we're going to run up to this pillar right here, stand in front of it, and be looking at the bricks right here. Then we're going to throw our flash and smoke in quick succession. Now again, it's based on timings, so as soon as this flash pops, the smoke should be popping right behind it, so they can't peek out into here, because if they do, if I reset this smoke, because if they do peek out into here, they've got this angle, all these angles back here, and a player right here, and potentially a player peeking right from on these stairs. So yeah, not a good idea to peek these unless you're using utility, like a flash to, flash out. Be able to peek that. Anyways, moving on, we now have the B-site smoke flash combo. This is also a timing smoke flash combo. However, this one is going to be a little bit trickier to throw because right as soon as the breach is pushing out onto balcony, the coalition have this flashbang. It flashes right out into balcony and stops the breach push immediately. So, to default B-site here, instead of pushing all the way out, you're going to throw this flashbang off this wall and immediately prepare to dodge the flash that is being thrown to balcony. Alright, after you throw that flash and you successfully dodge the coalition flash on the balcony, you're going to throw this smoke, walk right up to this pillar right here. You're going to aim right at this line and this arch right here, right at the intersection point. And you're going to throw this smoke. This smoke will keep the coalition from pushing out, and so that way they can't push through without getting bombarded by players sitting right here. So that way they have to use more utility to be able to push out. Alright, and that is all the standard utility that you're going to be throwing for this map. Now let's go ahead and get into how you're going to set up each of your individual defaults. So first up, we're going to do an A-site default. We're going to have 2 players going A long, 2 players in mid, and 1 player holding that B site. Now the reason I want to start with A site first is because there are no utilities being thrown towards A site because the coalition is going to be trying to play for mid control as well. So these players are going to be responsible for stopping any coalition backstabbers pushing from A long, forest here, or from garden. So your first player is going to be pushing up right behind this rock right here. He can stand a little closer if he's not confident in his ability to shoot, but he is going to stand behind this rock and is going to use this as cover to be able to take on any coalition players pushing out here. The second player is going to be watching his backside, watching the players pushing from garden. And of course, you're going to have your A-Con smoke flash combo here. And then the player who threw that is going to either set up a position right here by these stairs, or he is going to set up right here in forest. So that way he has options to be able to switch it up, so that way the coalition can't predict where he's going to be. However, this position is going to be a little bit more useful, considering that it is next to B-Con. So you can hear players coming from B-Con and also be watching A-Con as well, so you can be able to take two angles at once. But he's not going to be alone, because you also have this B-Con smoke flash combo right here. And he's going to set up right here. The B-Con smoke flash player is going to be sitting right here watching B-Con, and he's also going to be supporting the B-site player right here in case he does go down. He'll also be right here supporting A-Con as well if he needs it. So let's say if there's two players pushing out right here, then you could swing this and be able to take them out like that. And then for the B-side player, you're going to be throwing this flash, and then you're going to be throwing the smoke as well. I accidentally flashed myself and I missed my smoke throw. I missed it again. Anyways, once this player throws his smoke, he's going to set up a position right here. So that way he's watching the ledge, the cliff ledge right here. That way he can jiggle peek this and also be able to create a crossfire or be able to fall back to deal with players pushing balcony and deal with players on the ledge. And the reason you don't want to be peeking this spot right here is because of A-Con. So the best spot to peek is right here. You are peeking on the right side, which is a little disadvantageous, which is why you should be jiggle peeking and not just holding it. All right, up next, we have the mid default, which we're going to have one player going A, one player going B, and three players mid. Technically, you could say there's 4 players mid, but there's going to be one player playing for B site. So the A player is going to be sitting right here. The reason he's going to be sitting all the way back here and not going all the way up at the forest by that rock is because, again, this is a good backstab route if there is utility being thrown in mid. This is where they're usually going to try and rotate to be able to get a backstab in case, you know, they're not paying attention to their flank. So this player is responsible for holding this angle because it takes care of the forest player and it also funnels this garden player into the same angle. All right, then you have your A-Con smoke flash combo. Then I get up here. I threw that flash a little early. Anyways, the player that throws the A-Con smoke flash combo is going to either take up a position here or he's going to sit right here. It's recommended he does sit right here. So that way the second player, who's also going to be playing mid, can hold up this position as well to create a crossfire for the A connector. And then you have your B connector smoke flash combo right here. He's going to set up right here, watching this as well. He'll also be here to support the A-Con as well. And those are your 3 players mid. And the player holding this position right here, right in the middle by these stairs, he's going to be the swing player. So if there are multiple players pushing from B-Con instead of A-Con, he can swing this and be able to help the B-Con player take out these players pushing from B-Con. And then finally, for your B-site player, you're going to throw this flash again, and then you're going to throw this smoke. I threw it wrong. That'll work. And then you're just going to hold this position right here, just like before with the A-site default. All right, and lastly, we have our B-site default, which is going to have 2 players going B-site, 2 players in mid, and 1 player A-long. Same as before with the mid default, this A-long player is going to hold up right here, watching the forest angle and funneling the garden player into the same angle. A-Con and B-Con are the same. A-Con player will throw the smoke and flash. He'll either post up here or he'll post up here. B-Con player will be the same as well. They'll also post up right here and also be able to support the A-Con player. Now, B-site, this is going to be a little tricky. So, pay attention. You're going to have 1 player throw the flash. I'm gonna blind him. And he's going to throw the smoke as well. And then the player who threw the smoke flash combo is going to post up watching ledge. And then the second player is going to be posting up right here to keep the coalition from pushing out from B site. Now, the reason you want to sit here and not right here is because if we go into this ledge position here, let's say the ledge player takes this guy out, he swings this, you can see you are visible from this angle right here. But if you're sitting here as the breach, you can't see that. And they have a clean shot to your position without having any wallbang interference. You, on the other hand, will definitely have wallbang interference sitting here. So that's why you want to sit here holding the B-side entrance crouched. I want to keep a note there, crouched. You want to be crouched so that way you're not visible to the ledge player if there is one. So if there is a ledge player and he takes out your second player behind you, you are already positioned right here, ready to trade and be able to take that fight. All right, and with that, that is going to be how you default on CASTELLO. And by using the standard utility that is provided in this video, along with setting up in the same way as I have demonstrated here, you and your team will be winning more games as the breach on CASTELLO. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay safe. Bye-bye.